Are you ready for the best Zarpado facts compilation? Get comfortable, we're getting started. Every year, the Comedy Wildlife Contest awards the funniest images of animals in unexpected situations, from surprise squirrels to monkeys making funny faces. These photographs entertain and, at the same time, promote wildlife conservation with a powerful message. Loire Castle in Huesca, Spain, serves as a setting for historical and fantasy films and series, standing out for its imposing architecture and preservation. This medieval monument connects visitors with centuries of history and memorable film shoots. Juggernaut, a sport originating in Germany, blends action, strategy, and medieval elements in mixed teams with padded weapons. The objective is to carry a ball into the opponent's area while dodging attacks, creating a spectacle that attracts those seeking unusual challenges. Old photographs circulate online with faces strikingly similar to current celebrities, from Nicolas Cage to Jennifer Lawrence. These coincidences generate theories about time travel or reincarnation, although the most logical explanation points to genetics and chance. Wavy lines painted on streets act as visual cues that cause drivers to reduce speed by tricking the brain into feeling faster. This psychological technique contributes to improving road safety and preventing accidents. Women need more sleep than men, between 20 minutes and an hour extra, due to more complex hormonal and brain demands. During menstruation, this difference intensifies, requiring up to 10 hours for optimal recovery. The loris, a small nocturnal primate, has glands in its armpits that secrete a dangerous toxin, which it mixes with saliva to turn its bite into a poisonous weapon. This unique defense protects the animal from predators, despite its cute and harmless appearance. A surprising case showed that a person allergic to bee stings improved after being attacked by a swarm of African honeybees. It is suspected that the poison triggered an immune response capable of altering the behavior of disease-causing bacteria. Cracking your neck creates a sound caused by gas bubbles in the joints, but doing it too frequently or forcefully can damage blood vessels and, in extreme cases, cause strokes. This seemingly harmless habit can hide serious health risks. Snoring occurs when the throat muscles relax and narrow the airway, generating vibrations that range from a soft hum to a thunderous roar. Factors such as sleeping position, obesity, and alcohol consumption can intensify it, warning of possible respiratory problems. During menstruation, the uterus can increase in size from 50 to 230 grams due to the thickening of the endometrium and the accumulation of fluids. This internal change explains the bloating and abdominal discomfort that many women experience during these days. Approximately 12% of women possess tetrachromatism, a visual ability that allows them to distinguish millions of colors thanks to a fourth type of cone in the retina. This gift transforms their world into a vibrant spectacle full of nuances that the ordinary eye cannot perceive. Ring-tailed lemurs adopt a particular posture every morning, sitting upright with arms outstretched to absorb the sun. This practice helps them regulate their body temperature and synthesize vitamin D, essential for their bones, and is observed on the island of Madagascar, where they live. During World War II, soldiers' metal helmets protected primarily against fragments and shrapnel, not rifle bullets. Although they offered some protection, they were not bulletproof, and their resistance to direct fire was insufficient. A hangover causes a chemical imbalance in the body, with dehydration, stomach irritation, and the release of toxins such as acetaldehyde. There is no magic cure, and the only real remedy is to allow time for the body to fully recover. Men and women manage stress through different biological mechanisms. Testosterone regulates energy in men, while women rely on a hormonal system that is more sensitive to changes, which can intensify the impact of stress on their physical and emotional balance. Overeating can cause severe stomach distension and, in extremely rare cases, lead to life-threatening gastric rupture. Although most only experience a feeling of heaviness and drowsiness, This curious fact warns of the consequences of overeating. In Adelie penguin colonies, some individuals steal stones from other penguin nests to build their own shelter, taking advantage of the distraction of their peers. These stones keep the eggs dry and protected from ice, and the blatant theft demonstrates that criminality also exists in the animal kingdom. Butterflies have sensors on their feet that allow them to test plants to determine if they are suitable for laying eggs. This chemical mechanism ensures that the young have sufficient food upon birth, demonstrating a surprising sophistication in nature. Human DNA shares approximately 98% with that of chimpanzees, highlighting a genetic closeness that helps us understand evolution and the similarities in behavior and physical characteristics. In Japan, there is a tradition called hanami, which involves observing and celebrating the cherry blossom season. This event lasts just 2 weeks and symbolizes the ephemeral beauty of life. Millions of people participate in this festival each year, demonstrating a deep connection with nature. Sea turtles return to the same beach where they were born to lay their eggs, traveling hundreds or thousands of miles across the ocean. This phenomenon of precise navigation fascinates scientists and confirms these reptiles' memory and orientation abilities. In space, the absence of gravity causes astronauts to grow up to 5 centimeters during their time in orbit. As the vertebral discs expand due to not supporting their body weight, this condition is temporary and disappears upon return to Earth. Honey is the only food that does not spoil, thanks to its antimicrobial properties and low water content. Jars of honey have been found in Egyptian tombs thousands of years old, still edible, which is astonishing due to its durability. Octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood, an adaptation to their marine life that improves oxygen transport in cold waters. They are also capable of changing color and texture to camouflage themselves with their surroundings and skillfully evade predators. In some ancient cultures, such as the Egyptians, glass contact lenses were used to correct vision problems, a surprising practice that predates modern optical technology by centuries. Clownfish can change sex, initially being male and becoming dominant female when the leader dies. This biological flexibility ensures survival and social stability within their reef groups. Fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, an extremely rare genetic mutation, affects 1 in every 2 million people worldwide. This condition converts muscle and soft tissue to bone, limiting movement to the point of near immobilization. Severe combined immunodeficiency syndrome, popularly known as bubble boy, is characterized by a virtually non-existent immune system, leaving the body defenseless against common infections. Since the 90s, soccer players have entered the field accompanied by children called players' squads, with the intention of promoting innocence, inclusion, and anti-racism campaigns, as well as giving these children the dream of walking alongside their idol. In Peru, a 9-year-old girl became the youngest mother on record, while Maria del Carmen Busada, in Spain, gave birth to twins at the age of 66 through artificial insemination, a clear example of how science is expanding the boundaries of motherhood. The yellow color of urine is due to urobilin, a waste pigment produced by the liver. It varies depending on hydration, food consumed, or medication. It can turn from clear to red or green, serving as an indicator of body health. Thanks to surgeries such as hemispherectomy, people with severe epilepsy can live with only half their brain, as this organ has an incredible ability to adapt, reassign functions, and create new neural connections. Natural yogurt is produced by fermenting milk with beneficial bacteria that convert lactose into lactic acid, providing essential probiotics for digestive health. Processed versions add sugars and preservatives that diminish its benefits. Formula One was born in 1950 thanks to the International Automobile Federation, with its first Grand Prix at Silverstone, United Kingdom, and its first world champion, Giuseppe Farina, revolutionizing racing with advanced technology, speed, and glamour. Guido d'Arezzo, an Italian monk from the Middle Ages, created the first shapes and syllables for musical notes, facilitating the reading and teaching of chants and allowing musicians around the world to play melodies with precision and synchronicity. The concept of nothingness is an enigma for both philosophy and physics, as absolute emptiness does not exist. Space always contains subatomic particles or fluctuating energy, making nothingness an idea for understanding everything in the universe. China became the world's factory thanks to its high productivity and low costs, which is why many products in Latin America carry labels that say "Made in China," while the United States produces with high standards and higher costs. Breaking piñatas at celebrations has roots in Chinese and Italian traditions, adapted by the Spanish in the Americas for religious and educational purposes, where the 7 points of the piñata represent the 7 deadly sins, merging pre-Hispanic and European rituals. Heterochromia, a condition that causes eyes of different colors, is more common than albinism, affecting approximately 1 in every 100 individuals, while albinism, characterized by the total or partial absence of melanin, occurs in 1 in every 17,000 people. Bread hardens upon contact with air due to the loss of moisture and crystallization of starch, while crackers, being drier, absorb ambient moisture and lose their crispy texture, a phenomenon that explains the difference in their preservation. Jeff Bezos founded Amazon in 1994, starting as an online bookstore in his garage, innovating in logistics and digital services to transform it into the global e-commerce and entertainment giant it is today. The yellow color of taxis became popular in 1907 in New York, following a study by the University of Chicago, determining that it is the most visible from a distance and in low-light conditions, thus ensuring safety and easy recognition. In extreme flight situations, if the captain and first officer become incapacitated, air traffic controllers can guide passengers with basic knowledge to land, relying on automated systems and protocols that ensure aviation safety. Armored glass is manufactured by joining layers of glass and transparent polymers that absorb impacts, preventing the material from breaking into dangerous fragments. It is used in vehicles, banks, and buildings to protect lives. The earliest musical instruments, such as bone flutes dating back more than 40,000 years, demonstrate that music originated with the first prehistoric humans, evolving to become a universal expression that unites cultures over millennia. Egyptian civilization, despite its genius in architecture and mathematics, maintained a conservative and stable society that limited rapid change, which explains the slowness in adopting modern technologies compared to later industrial revolutions. Falling in love with fictional characters, a phenomenon known as parasocial relationships, reflects the deep emotional connection with admired stories and traits, functioning as a way to express affection and stimulate creativity without affecting reality or human relationships. Countries like the United States, Mexico, and Brazil organize their territories into states with political autonomy, while nations like Argentina, Peru, and Bolivia organize their territories into provinces or autonomous communities with varying degrees of self-government and centralized control. The act of yawning temporarily disconnects from auditory stimuli because the brain increases oxygenation and opens the jaw, focusing on breathing and relaxation, a natural mechanism for recovering energy and maintaining alertness. Roasting marshmallows over campfires originates in Native American traditions and pioneer camps, where the toasted sweet treat with a crunchy exterior and soft interior became a symbol of unity and fun among friends and families. Roman numerals, common in ancient times, are losing prominence to Arabic numerals due to their complexity. Today they are used only in ceremonial or artistic contexts, while the Arabic numeral system facilitates daily life and global trade. Artificial intelligence generates increasingly realistic content, making it difficult to distinguish between human and machine creation. Therefore, ethics, regulation, and critical thinking become essential to prevent abuse and maintain human control over technology. Cravings during pregnancy are due to hormonal changes rather than the baby's signals and have no scientific connection to malformations. However, some indicate nutritional deficiencies, while most simply represent passing cravings. Snakes have a limited supply of venom, which takes time to regenerate, so they bite multiple times only when necessary, controlling the amount of venom to avoid wasting it and delivering warning bites without injecting toxins. Swear words have existed since the origin of language, used to express strong emotions. Their classification as bad depends on social, cultural, and moral norms, varying by time and place, while their number is constantly changing. Tuberculosis, a disease detected in human skeletal remains more than 5,000 years ago, is the first recorded disease, accompanied by others such as leprosy and malaria, which drove the development of medicine in ancient civilizations. The most watched video worldwide is Baby Shark Dance, with over 16 billion views, while the most popular short is Happy Birthday to You by Indian account Natak Maha, demonstrating the power of fast-paced visual content in the digital age. The first personal alarm clock emerged in the United States in 1787, the work of watchmaker Hutching. This clock only chimed at 4:00 a.m., designed to awaken its creator in time for his obligations. This invention laid the groundwork for more sophisticated and varied clocks. Julian Melchiori, a graduate student, created the first artificial biological plant. This leaf synthesizes oxygen by absorbing water and carbon dioxide without requiring special soil or nutrients. Ideal for space exploration, this innovation avoids growth problems in zero gravity. The Statue of Liberty in New York City served as a lighthouse from 1886. It illuminated the bay with a range of 23 miles, guiding ships toward the city. In 1902, after several accidents, the light was deactivated, and the statue returned to being merely a symbol. Terminal lucidity occurs in people who are seriously ill or on the verge of death when they experience sudden mental clarity and increased appetite and energy. This phenomenon could be related to changes in cerebral blood flow or the release of chemicals, generating a feeling of peace. Hummingbirds have a unique body structure that makes walking impossible. Their short legs are designed to cling to branches, not to move on the ground. However, they stand out for their ability to fly in all directions, even backward, being the only birds with this ability. The animated series Tom and Jerry, created by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera, has won 7 Oscars in the category of Best Animated Short Film. This achievement has not been surpassed by any other animated series, notable for its physical humor and rivalry between the cat and mouse. In Sedona, Arizona, the world's only McDonald's restaurant displays its arches in pale blue instead of yellow. This change is for aesthetic reasons, as the red mountainous surroundings would make the yellow look visibly out of place. The little-known taste umami comes from Japanese and means essence of deliciousness. This meaty, savory flavor enriches the taste experience and is essential for older people who lose their sensitivity to taste and appetite. Breast milk contains umami, making it present from infancy. Amazon, the e-commerce giant, would lose around 360 million euros if its website were offline for 24 hours. This is because it generates approximately 15 million euros in sales per hour, reflecting its global economic impact. Small fish in aquariums enjoy a constant environment due to their memory limited to just 2 minutes. Each visit to the same space seems like a new discovery, which doesn't mean they don't require care or encouragement to stay active and healthy. Synthetic clouds are an innovation to mitigate climate change. They are created by dispersing particles in the atmosphere that reflect solar radiation. Cooling the Earth, this technology uses hydrogen and oxygen vapor, which, when combined, can induce rain. Abandoned dogs are trained to drive cars through a program called animal warfare. The training lasts 7 weeks and follows methods similar to humans, allowing these animal drivers to handle real cars and perform specific tasks. The length of a human foot is approximately the distance between the wrist and the bend of the elbow. Although this ratio is not exact for everyone, many individuals meet this curious anatomical equivalence. Dark chocolate melts in the mouth at around 89.6 to 93.2 Brugriff, close to human body temperature. This characteristic is due to its low melting point, providing a unique sensation when eaten. Mice display playful behaviors such as hide and seek, chasing, and jumping. These activities are not only fun, but also facilitate physical and mental development, improve coordination, and allow for the establishment of social hierarchies among them. Valentina Vassilieva, the wife of a Russian peasant in the 18th century, holds the record for the highest number of children born from a single pregnancy. Between 1,725 and 1,765, she had 27 births, giving birth to 69 children, including twins, triplets, and quadruplets. An additional record comes from Mali, where a woman gave birth to 5 girls and 4 boys in a single birth on May 4, 2021. This multiple birth earned a place in the Guinness World Records for the highest number of surviving children in a single birth. The Scooby-Doo series depicts a group of detective friends who face supposed monsters, but its true message reflects that the real monsters are humans. The creators seek to show destructive and deceptive behaviors in people. Beyond appearances, piranhas produce barking sounds. Researchers recorded 3 types of sounds during confrontations between red-bellied piranhas. One for direct encounters, another for competition, and a final one used to scare other prey by grinding their teeth. In Japan, sleeping in public, such as on the subway or at work, does not generate social rejection. On the contrary, it reflects that the person has worked hard and is called inamuri, which means being present while sleeping, symbolizing commitment and effort at work. In the Norwegian city of Trondheim, an escalator for cyclists solves the difficulty of climbing steep hills. Dubbed the cyclo-cable, it allows bicycles and strollers to be lifted at a speed of approximately 1.86 miles per hour, making transportation on inclines easier. Starbucks allocates $300 million to health insurance for its employees, exceeding its investment in purchasing coffee beans. This initiative contributes to job satisfaction, employee retention, and improves the company's public image. The Human Library, created in Denmark in 2000, uses people as living books who share their personal experiences to foster empathy and combat prejudice. Readers can loan these people for 30 minutes to engage in dialogue and learn about diverse perspectives. Liechtenstein, a small and picturesque country, measures 15 miles from north to south and only 5 miles from east to west. It can be explored in a few hours, although some mountainous sections require some effort on foot. A legend tells of the Roman Emperor Caligula declaring war on Neptune, god of the sea, and ordering his soldiers to stab the ocean waters. This account, likely fictional, highlights the emperor's eccentric nature and his reputation for humor. Cockroaches can survive up to 9 days without their heads. Their nervous system is distributed throughout the body, allowing them to continue moving and responding to basic stimuli even after they have lost their heads. During the filming of Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock used chocolate sauce to simulate blood in the black and white scenes. This trick provided a more realistic texture and color than real blood in the monochrome film. The human body renews all its cells at different times, some in a few days and others in years. This continuous process ensures the repair and maintenance of tissues essential for life and health. Foxes emit a peculiar vocalization known as high-ranking laughter, a mix between laughter and crying. This sound occurs primarily during the mating season and is used to communicate and demarcate territories. Each species varies in frequency and duration. The sea louse Cymothoa exigua is nicknamed the tongue eater for its unique lifestyle. This crustacean attaches itself to the tongue of a host fish, sucks its blood until it atrophies, and then acts as a functional tongue without causing serious harm to the fish. Numerous cases have been reported of individuals living without large portions of their brains, even up to half or more. This phenomenon, linked to surgeries to treat resistant epilepsy, can cause sequelae in vision, speech, or mobility, depending on the affected side. In Tokyo, Oshiya, or train pushers, perform a unique and vital role. At the busiest stations, they help passengers enter crowded cars by pushing them to maximize space and maintain safety during journeys. The weta insect, native to New Zealand, has the ability to freeze in winter and thaw in spring without harm. These insects survive the freezing of up to 80% of their tissues, entering a state of cryptobiosis to withstand sub-zero temperatures. An unconfirmed legend indicates that the design of the Oscar statuette was inspired by Mexican actor Emilio El Indio Fernandez. Actress Dolores Del Rio, Fernandez's wife, reportedly suggested using him as a model because of his broad-shouldered, narrow-waisted figure. Frogs possess an amazing defense against toxins. They vomit their entire stomach to eliminate ingested poisons. Then, using muscles and elastic tissues, they reabsorb the organ to continue their normal life unharmed. The nails of the dominant hand grow faster than those of the opposite hand. This is related to blood circulation and the constant stimulation received by the hand most frequently used in daily activities. The Dance of a Thousand Hands is an artistic performance originating in China that pays homage to Kuan Yin, the Buddhist deity of compassion. Performed by deaf-mute dancers, the choreography synchronizes hand and arm movements, creating the illusion of multiple limbs. Ian Fleming, creator of James Bond, chose a common and simple name for his iconic spy to contrast with his exciting life. The inspiration came from a birdwatching guide that featured the name of ornithologist James Bond, an ordinary name that became memorable. The Perucetus colossus, a giant marine animal discovered in Peru's Ica Desert, lived more than 40 million years ago. This cetacean weighed about 375 U.S. short tons, roughly twice a blue whale, with vertebrae that each exceeded 220 lb. In the United States, English is dominant but not the exclusive official language. Due to the great cultural diversity, more than 350 languages are spoken, with Spanish being the second most widely spoken, especially in states like California, Texas, and Florida. Tiger shark embryos exhibit a fierce intrauterine struggle, developing sharp teeth to eliminate their weaker siblings. Only one survives to be born, ensuring that the limited resources within the womb are used for the strongest embryo. Birth involves a brutal battle for survival, with only the strongest making it out of the womb, reflecting the relentless struggle among even the ocean's fiercest predators. SpongeBob SquarePants, the iconic Nickelodeon cartoon, debuted in 1999 and remains the only surviving 90s series, notable for its absurd humor and unforgettable characters like SpongeBob and Patrick. Some cats are allergic to certain people, unlike humans, which causes felines to sneeze, break out in rashes, or have breathing difficulties when they are around specific individuals. For a long time, the color pink was associated with boys and blue with girls. Pink, considered a more decisive and strong color, was recommended for boys, while blue, more delicate, was associated with girls. This custom changed over the years. Cinderella's famous slippers are not made of glass, but of squirrel fur, according to historical research. This misunderstanding stemmed from a poor translation from French that led some to believe they were made of glass. Green, yellow, and red bell peppers are the same fruit at different stages of ripeness, with green peppers having a slightly bitter taste, yellow and red peppers being sweeter, and the latter containing more vitamin C. The aroma of gasoline provokes a pleasurable sensation due to the inhalation of benzene and other hydrocarbons, which suppress the nervous system, triggering the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. Female kangaroos have 3 reproductive tracts, 2 for reproduction and 1 exclusively for birth, allowing one embryo to develop while another young remains in the marsupial pouch. About a century ago, pit bulls enjoyed an excellent reputation, known as nanny dogs for their friendly nature, loyalty, and ability to care for children, especially in 20th century American homes. The term jacuzzi is a trademark of a hot tub, with jets that expel water and pressurized air for therapeutic massages. It became widely used incorrectly to refer to any bathtub with bubbles. The Naruto manga, famous for its ninja adventures, originally emerged as a cooking manga based on a real restaurant where Naruto was a chef, an idea that was scrapped after editorial rejection, according to Masashi Kishimoto, its creator. The shoebill, a bird with a prehistoric appearance, lives in large, inaccessible wetlands and is in danger of extinction. It is unique in its genus and family, a rare phenomenon in the animal kingdom. T-shirts were created for singles who couldn't use buttons or needles. They were so successful that the United States Navy incorporated the buttonless white shirt as part of its official uniform, and Marlon Brando popularized it in 1951. Popcorn contains fiber that helps reduce cholesterol and triglycerides, eliminating fat in the arteries, as well as antioxidants that protect the cardiovascular system, contributing to the prevention of heart disease. In Finland, culture and respect are reflected in the bumper cars. Collisions are prohibited, and they spin around on one axis as if they were in an endless roundabout. Apologies accompany any accidental collision with inexplicable smiles. Arihard Fort in Maharashtra, India, stands out for its path of almost vertical rock steps with an 80-degree incline, a challenge that requires climbing skills and nerves of steel to reach the top. Denmark is recognized as the cleanest country in the world thanks to investments in green technologies, efficient public transportation, and a highly environmentally conscious population. A leader in renewable energy, its urban design favors cyclists and pedestrians. The Great Sphinx of Giza in Egypt was carved from a single mass of limestone, making it one of the largest and oldest monolithic sculptures, about 20 meters high and 73 meters long. Wallet theft in Mexican stadiums reached such a scale that many fans stopped carrying valuables, causing them to avoid buying beer. In response, Corona created a jersey that turns a soccer jersey into a digital wallet. This jersey, with a chip linked to an e-commerce platform, allows people to buy beer at a discount by holding their phone up to their favorite team's crest, increasing sales by 35% in the first week of its launch. Green apples contain more malic acid than other varieties, giving them a more acidic and crunchy flavor. Because they are included in many weight loss diets, they contribute to a feeling of satiety and metabolic regulation. Jellyfish don't have a brain or a heart, but they manage to coordinate their movements thanks to a simple nervous system called a nerve network, which allows them to swim, hunt, and respond to environmental stimuli. Turtles can breathe through their buttocks through a process called cloacal respiration, allowing them to remain underwater for long periods without surfacing. Baobab trees can store up to about 31,700 US gallons of water in their trunks, an adaptation that lets them survive long droughts in the African regions where they live. The Eiffel Tower grows approximately 6 inches on hot summer days due to thermal expansion of its metal. Domestic cats can run up to about 30 miles per hour over short distances, making them surprising sprinters. The Great Wall of China has a total length of over 13,000 miles, stretching across mountains, deserts, and valleys, built to protect the Chinese Empire from invasion. Easter Island, famous for its moai, boasts nearly 900 giant statues weighing several tons each, created by the Rapa Nui civilization between the 13th and 17th centuries. The human body contains approximately 200 bones at birth, but as we grow, some fuse, leaving around 146 bones by adulthood. Bees can recognize and remember human faces, a skill that helps them identify intruders or frequent visitors to their hives. The sun generates enough energy in 1 second to cover the energy needs of all humanity for nearly 1 million years. The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest in the world, with a surface area of about 51 million square miles and a maximum depth of more than 32,800 feet in the Mariana Trench. The strongest muscle in the human body is the masseter, responsible for jaw strength and chewing, capable of exerting a pressure of about 1,280 psi. Zebras have a unique stripe pattern, similar to human fingerprints, used for identification and camouflage against predators. Chameleons can move their eyes independently, allowing them to have a panoramic vision of almost 360 degrees and detect prey or threats without moving their heads. The Atacama Desert in Chile is one of the driest places on the planet, with regions where rain hasn't fallen in hundreds of years, supporting life forms adapted to extreme dryness. Iguazu Falls, located on the border between Argentina and Brazil, is made up of approximately 270 waterfalls, forming one of the most impressive waterfall systems in the world. Emperor penguins are the only ones that breed during the Antarctic winter, enduring temperatures below -50 degrees Celsius while incubating their eggs on their feet. The northern lights, a luminous phenomenon in polar regions, are produced by the interaction of solar particles with the Earth's magnetic field, creating spectacular colors and shapes in the night sky. The city of Venice, Italy, is built on more than 100 small islands, connected by more than 400 bridges that cross navigable canals instead of streets. Cocoa, the main ingredient in chocolate, has antioxidant properties and can stimulate the production of endorphins, neurotransmitters linked to happiness and well-being. Giraffes have necks with only 7 vertebrae, the same number as humans, but each vertebra can measure over about 8 inches, allowing them to reach the highest treetops. The planet Mars is home to the largest volcano in the solar system, Olympus Mons, which reaches a height of approximately 15.5 miles, roughly 3 times taller than Mount Everest. Kiwi fruit, a fruit native to China but popular in New Zealand, is rich in vitamin C and fiber, and also contains enzymes that aid in protein digestion. The human eye can distinguish around 10 million different colors, thanks to millions of light-sensitive cells called cones in the retina. The island of Madagascar boasts unique biodiversity, with more than 90% of its animal and plant species being endemic, meaning they exist nowhere else in the world. Elephants are the only land animals that cannot jump, although they compensate for this limitation with great strength and surprising speed for their size. Honey doesn't decompose and has been found in Egyptian tombs in perfect condition for thousands of years, thanks to its antibacterial properties and chemical composition. Silent films didn't rely solely on images. Many theaters featured pianists or even live orchestras to provide the ambiance for the films, creating a complete audiovisual experience before the advent of synchronized sound. In Stanley Kubrick's famous film, The Shining, strategically placed mirrors were used to create the eerie effect of endless corridors, demonstrating the ingenuity behind each shot to evoke a sense of claustrophobia and terror. The series Breaking Bad captured worldwide attention with its transformation of protagonist Walter White, a chemistry teacher, into a drug lord. The scientific precision of the chemical reactions used in the plot was supervised by experts to give it realism. The show Friends maintained its popularity for a decade thanks to the chemistry between its 6 leads and its scripts that blended humor, romance, and everyday situations, marking a turning point in American sitcoms. The internal combustion engine revolutionized transportation by allowing vehicles to move away from animal traction and steam power. The invention of the 4-stroke engine by Nikolaus Otto in 1876 laid the foundation for modern automobiles. Electric vehicles are not a recent invention. In the 19th century, battery-powered models already existed, reaching speeds astonishing for their time, although the lack of infrastructure and the popularization of the gasoline engine limited their development until today. The Guinness World Record for the fastest airplane ever built is held by the North American X-15, which reached speeds exceeding 4,473 miles per hour, crossing the boundaries between aviation and outer space on experimental missions. In terms of health, regular meditation practice has been shown to reduce anxiety and improve concentration, even altering brain structure to increase areas related to attention and emotional regulation, becoming a valuable tool for mental well-being. Mount Everest, the highest mountain on the planet at 29,028 feet, grows a few millimeters each year due to tectonic activity between the Indian and Eurasian plates, a reminder of the constantly changing planet. The city of Venice is built on more than 100 small islands, connected by more than 400 bridges. This unique structure transforms the city into a labyrinth of navigable canals, making it one of the most unique tourist destinations in the world. The Guinness World Record for the tallest man in the world is held by Robert Wadlow, who reached the impressive height of 9.45 feet, the result of a hormonal disorder that caused uncontrolled growth until his death at the age of 22. In the automotive industry, mass production introduced by Henry Ford in 1914 allowed vehicles to be manufactured at a much faster pace and at a lower cost, democratizing access to automobiles and transforming the global consumer society. Special effects in film have evolved from manual techniques with models and optical tricks to complex digital computer animations. But the first documented use of special effects dates back to the late 19th century, with camera tricks and editing. Cable television changed the way we consume audiovisual content by offering hundreds of specialized channels, allowing viewers to choose specific sports, news, or entertainment programs, tailoring the experience to their personal tastes. The Guinness World Record for the highest skydive is held by Alan Eustace, who in 2014 jumped from a height of 125,328 feet, breaking the sound barrier and landing successfully, demonstrating the human capacity to defy limits. Moderate consumption of dark chocolate can improve blood circulation and reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease thanks to the antioxidants called flavonoids it contains, as long as the amount is controlled to avoid caloric excess. Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula has a system of underground rivers and cenotes that form one of the world's largest freshwater reserves. These natural formations also served as sacred sites for the ancient Mayan civilizations. On television, the cliffhanger technique keeps the audience in suspense by ending episodes with unresolved issues. It has been popularized in drama series and soap operas to ensure audiences return for the next episode. James Cameron's film Avatar marked a milestone in the use of 3D cinema and visual effects by creating a fully digitalized and realistic world that attracted millions of viewers and set box office records worldwide. Dubai is home to the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa, with a height of over 820 meters. Its construction involved advances in engineering and architectural design to withstand the high temperatures and desert winds. The immune system responds to infections through specialized cells and antibodies, and although it may seem complex, its functioning allows it to detect and destroy invading organisms, maintaining health through an internal defense network. The city of Machu Picchu in Peru, built by the Incas in the 15th century, combines architecture and geography in an archaeological marvel located 7,995 feet above sea level, surrounded by mountains and lush nature. Autonomous vehicles, equipped with sensors and artificial intelligence systems, represent a revolution in mobility, promising to reduce accidents and improve transportation efficiency, although their regulation and social acceptance are still under development. The series Stranger Things revived 1980s nostalgia by blending science fiction, horror, and drama with a polished aesthetic that pays homage to classic films and series of the era, winning over new generations and creating a global community of fans. The Guinness record for the largest number of people juggling simultaneously was set with more than 1,400 people in a single event, demonstrating the capacity for organization and coordination in large-scale community activities. Daily water consumption is essential for maintaining hydration, regulating body temperature, and facilitating vital functions such as digestion and circulation. Approximately 2 liters are recommended for an average adult, depending on the climate and physical activity. Glaciers store around 70% of the planet's fresh water. These ice giants advance and retreat slowly, but global warming has accelerated their melting, threatening ecosystems and water reserves for millions of people. Color television became popular beginning in the 1960s, although the first color broadcast began in the previous decade. This advancement allowed audiovisual content to become more engaging and closer to reality. The film Titanic used a mix of practical and digital effects to recreate the sinking of the famous ocean liner, combining scale models with computer-generated images to convey a realistic and emotional experience. The Guinness World Record for the most miles cycled in 24 hours is held by an athlete who exceeded 745 miles, demonstrating endurance, physical preparation, and a well-planned eating and rest strategy. The Sahara Desert is the largest desert in the world, covering more than 9 million square kilometers and crossing several African countries. Despite its extreme conditions, it is home to adapted biodiversity and ancient human cultures. The eye of a hurricane is a zone of absolute calm in the midst of the storm, where atmospheric pressure is low and wind is virtually absent, surrounded by the most violent winds. Mount Everest maintains a constant growth of a few inches each year, thanks to the movement of tectonic plates. However, it is not the farthest point from the Earth's center, as that mark corresponds to the Chimborazo volcano in Ecuador. This difference is explained by the curvature of the planet. The blue whale stands out as the largest animal on the planet, with a heart similar in size to that of a small car. Its heartbeat can be felt more than 2 miles underwater. Furthermore, its tongue weighs comparable to that of an adult elephant. The Roman Colosseum in ancient times had a retractable awning called a velarium, manned by specialized sailors. This structure protected spectators from the scorching sun during fights. Furthermore, some underground passages housed cages with wild animals. In Iceland, most homes are heated using geothermal energy from volcanoes. Thanks to this natural resource, the country maintains one of the lowest carbon footprints on the planet. Furthermore, streets can be heated automatically in winter. The planet Venus exhibits a day longer than its year, as its rotation is extremely slow. While rotating on its axis, it completes its orbit around the Sun faster. It also rotates in the opposite direction to most planets. The Guinness World Records includes unusual records such as the world's largest pizza, made in Italy with more than 13,000 pounds of ingredients. It was distributed in slices to thousands of people. This event combined culinary spectacle with charitable work. In Japan, Shinkansen bullet trains reach speeds of over 312 miles per hour. Even so, they are distinguished by their almost absolute punctuality, with average delays of seconds. The aerodynamic design reduces noise and improves energy efficiency. Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris features gargoyles designed not only as ornaments, but also as rain drains. These grotesque sculptures protected the stone from erosion. Furthermore, they offered symbolism related to the expulsion of evil spirits. The Greenland shark lives for over 400 years, making it the longest-lived vertebrate known. Its slow metabolism explains this extreme longevity. Many specimens were born before the invention of the printing press. The piano has 88 keys, combining black and white keys to allow for a complete musical scale. Within its structure, Felt-covered hammers strike taut strings. Each touch triggers vibrations that fill the air with harmony. Mitochondrial DNA is inherited solely through the maternal line, allowing lineages to be traced over millennia. This genetic imprint maps ancient human migrations. It reconstructs connections between peoples separated by oceans. The Voyager 1 spacecraft, launched in the 1970s, continues its journey beyond the solar system. It carries a golden record with sounds and images of Earth as a message to unknown civilizations. It represents a testament to humanity and the cosmos. The human heart beats around 100,000 times a day, pumping blood through 37,282 miles of vessels. That network would be enough to circle the Earth several times over. Despite its size, it is a tireless pump. The Amazon River carries more water than the next 7 largest rivers combined. Its basin is home to the largest and most diverse tropical rainforest on the planet. It also influences the global climate through its humid currents. Japanese origami transforms simple sheets of paper into complex figures without cutting or gluing. This tradition combines art, patience, and geometry. Some modern creations include highly precise mathematical designs. Mount Fuji in Japan is considered sacred and frequently appears in popular culture. Its perfect conical shape makes it a national symbol. For centuries, pilgrims climbed its slopes as a spiritual ritual. The venom of the king cobra can kill an adult elephant due to the potency of its neurotoxic toxins, making it one of the most feared snakes on the planet. Saturn's moon Titan has lakes and rivers, but instead of water, they contain liquid methane, transforming it into a cold and exotic world within the solar system. Creator Thomas Deininger has caused a stir online thanks to his astonishing optical illusions depicting birds, which only reveal their true shape when observed from a particular vantage point. The curious phenomenon known as square waves occurs when 2 sets of waves traveling from different directions intersect on the water's surface, creating a pattern reminiscent of a grid or checkered board. This situation occurs when winds and ocean currents drive wave movements that don't dissipate when they meet, but rather overlap, creating a sea with a very unusual and geometrically ordered appearance. In the town of Valladolid, in the state of Yucatan in Mexico, lies a cenote called Sutun, known for its impressive underground formation. This cenote belongs to the category of caverns, characterized by an enclosed space with an opening at the top. Through this opening, a beam of sunlight penetrates directly into the interior, illuminating the clear waters below with great clarity. Giraffes are the tallest terrestrial creatures on the planet, with a height ranging between about 15 and 20 feet. Their most notable characteristic is their extremely long neck, an adaptation that makes it easier for them to reach the tender leaves of acacia trees, their favorite food. Takemika, a Japanese fitness trainer, began her journey into exercise at the age of 65. Despite starting late in life, she never stopped persevering and taking care of her health. Today, in her 90s, she continues to teach classes where she teaches movements that strengthen the body and improve muscle elasticity. Jordi Koalitic, along with his brother Arnau, has distinguished himself by transforming common elements into striking works of visual art. Using everyday objects as tools, they create images that play with perception and generate fascinating optical illusions. Carl Warner is an artist who specializes in creating landscapes made entirely of food, known as foodscapes. To achieve these compositions, he uses a variety of fresh and colorful ingredients, which he carefully arranges to form striking visual scenes. YouTube content creator Trang Long Ho developed a speedboat based on the classic silhouette of a UFO. It features a rounded structure with flowing lines that promote stability when moving over water surfaces. Built using materials that combine lightness and durability, the craft is capable of reaching considerable speeds in both river currents and seawater. On the red planet, known as Mars, rises a colossal volcanic mountain called Olympus Mons, reaching an impressive altitude of approximately 13.7 miles. This formation is almost 3 times the height of Mount Everest, the highest peak on Earth, and its base extends over an area comparable to that of all of France. Meet Chris Jacob, a contemporary artist who has gained recognition for his mastery of fluid art, especially using acrylic paint. His creations stand out for their explosion of vivid colors and patterns that seem to be in constant motion, giving a sense of life and dynamism to the canvas. In Queenstown, New Zealand is one of the most dizzying and astonishing attractions in the world, the Nevis Swing. This hanging structure extends over a deep canyon formed by the Nevis River at an impressive height of approximately 525 feet above the ground. Participants first plunge into a pulse-pounding freefall, then swing through a gigantic 984-foot-long arc. The Abronia graminia, commonly known as the spiny-tailed tree lizard, is a reptile unique to certain regions of Mexico. This species is found primarily in the mountainous and cloud forests of the states of Veracruz, Puebla, and Oaxaca. Its skin often displays a vibrant green hue that allows it to blend in with the surrounding foliage, facilitating its natural camouflage. The Blue Temple, also called Wat Rong Suea Ten, is located in Thailand and is famous for its intense blue hue, which distinguishes it from other religious structures. This architectural work harmoniously blends classic Thai styles with an updated and renewed aesthetic vision. Inside, visitors can admire detailed wall paintings that tell religious stories and symbolism, as well as an imposing white Buddha figure. Tira is a rare zebra that defies the usual pattern of its species by having rounded spots instead of the classic stripes. This peculiarity is due to a phenomenon known as melanism, which causes an excessive concentration of dark pigment in its skin. Thanks to this genetic condition, its coat takes on a unique appearance that distinguishes it from other zebras. The Baird's tapir is considered the most imposing terrestrial giant in Central America and belongs to the tapir family, a unique group of mammals. This robust animal has a compact and muscular body with relatively short legs that allow it to move nimbly through dense terrain. Its most notable feature is its long, flexible snout, which functions almost like a hand to collect leaves, fruits, and fresh shoots in its natural environment. Damian Ortega is a Mexican visual artist recognized for his innovative approach to sculpture and conceptual art installations. His work revolves around the deconstruction and reconfiguration of common and familiar objects, such as hand tools, vehicles, and bricks, which he breaks down to reconstruct in unexpected and provocative forms. The Paternoster elevator is a peculiar type of elevator that operates continuously, with a series of open cabins that circulate in a constant cycle without stopping or having closing doors. Users board and disembark these moving platforms, requiring agility and attention to do so safely. The small accumulations of water trapped between the blades of grass and the ground are known as water bubbles. These form when heavy rain falls or when excessive watering occurs, saturating the soil. They can also form when the soil is not well compacted, allowing water to become trapped in these spaces between the grass and the ground. The gray wolf stands out for its incredible endurance, capable of traveling more than 18 miles in a single day while tracking its prey. This tireless hunter bases its survival on traveling large territories, as its diet depends largely on large animals that require patience, strategy, and long days of pursuit. The aerial maneuver known as Cobra is an impressive technique used by some jets to reduce their speed dramatically in mid-flight. It consists of raising the nose to a near vertical position while the rest of the fuselage remains stable, causing a sharp deceleration without losing much altitude. This skill is especially useful for operating in confined environments, such as the deck of an aircraft carrier. Since this surprising video was released, Labradors have become viral favorites on social media. In the footage, a Labrador retriever swims underwater, equipped with a suit designed to ensure its safety during immersion. Beside it, 3 divers explore the marine environment, closely observing as the animal adapts to the aquatic environment. Jessie, known as the Ninja Warrior, has transformed her home into a true training battlefield. She has designed an area with multiple obstacles that simulate the challenges of one of the most demanding competitions on television. Every corner of her house is equipped to prepare her endurance, agility, and strength for the complex stages she must overcome. The Fujiwara effect occurs when 2 cyclones spin very close and one absorbs the other, forming a much more dangerous storm, a meteorological phenomenon observed in hurricanes. Honey ants store honey in their bodies, acting as living jars within the hive and protecting themselves from other workers, unlike bees that store it externally. An artist created a speaker that uses ferrofluid to visualize music. This liquid appears to dance to the rhythm, reacting to sound waves, and may soon be available for sale. Tigers have orange fur for camouflage, as their prey only perceive blue and green, making them invisible amidst vegetation during the hunt. During the pandemic, a father built a climbing course at home with ropes, monkey bars, and hanging ladders so his children could continue practicing without going to the climbing gym. The Mainstone designed a futuristic suit that allows humans to create music by connecting to large bridges, combining art and architecture with innovative technology. The El Marco footbridge, the shortest international bridge, is only about 10.5 feet long and connects Spain with Portugal. In the 1990s, it was a site for illegal transactions between the 2 countries. Neil Oxon and Lion Harvey built a cabin in Virginia with recycled windows to live in the mountains, using wood and glass to take advantage of the best views. The Titanoboa was a giant, approximately 49-foot-long extinct snake that inhabited Colombia 60 million years ago. It is believed to have been venomous and quite aggressive. McDonald's Gourmet Mat Contest challenges chefs to create menus using the chain's products in 80 minutes, with prizes in utensils and culinary recognition. In England, a house for sale includes Hercules, a 94-year-old tortoise, as an added attraction, along with 4 bedrooms and a large garden. Known as the American Dream, I present to you the most colossal limousine ever built. This monumental vehicle includes within its luxurious interior a pool for cooling off, a small mini golf course for entertainment, and even a helipad installed in the rear, ready for exclusive landings. In the heart of the Lofoten archipelago, recognized as one of Norway's most stunning drives, lies the iconic Fordong Bridge. This majestic structure connects several islands and has become a symbol of engineering in the region. Its presence allows for easy crossing of the waters that separate the 2 lands. The tiny animal known as Peters's elephant shrew lives in Africa and stands out for one truly striking feature. It has an elongated nasal appendage resembling a small trunk, very similar to that of an adult elephant. Meet the iconic deer that live in the Japanese city of Nara, renowned worldwide for their surprising closeness to people. These animals not only captivate with their tender and docile appearance, but also stand out for their insatiable appetite. For much of the day, these inhabitants of Nara tirelessly chew and feed on a wide variety of local plants and vegetation. On the remote island of Hainan, China, lies an accommodation that seems straight out of a fairy tale. The Bird's Nest Hotel. This architectural marvel is nestled among the leafy branches of a pristine forest, blending design and nature in perfect harmony. Inspired by the shape of a bird's nest, the hotel offers guests a unique experience, surrounded by trees and the tranquility of a nearly untouched environment. Discover the Thridrangar Lighthouse, a solitary fortress that stands proudly on a rugged rock in the heart of the Icelandic Ocean. This forgotten guardian of the sea is located in one of the most inaccessible and desolate corners of the planet, surrounded only by an endless blanket of water. In Shenzhen, China, there is a futuristic bookstore that seems to come straight from the future. This innovative space fuses a passion for books with technological modernity, integrating a cozy tea room and dedicated study areas in a cutting-edge environment. Every corner is designed to stimulate creativity and learning. Every year, during the months of May and June, Shibazakura Park in Higashimokoto becomes a true spectacle for the senses. Its gentle hills are covered in a vibrant carpet of Shibazakura flowers, painting the landscape a deep, almost surreal pink. The marabou stork is impossible to ignore. Its imposing figure and unique characteristics make it a bird that attracts attention wherever it is seen. With a majestic bearing and an almost theatrical presence, this bird stands out not only for its size but also for its unique appearance, which makes it unique among the birds that inhabit its environment. Meet a robot equipped with 4 motors that imitates with astonishing precision the movement of a human hand when writing and drawing. This machine is ideal for creating intricate diagrams, detailed graphics, and technical designs with surprising accuracy. Beyond its functionality, its ability to replicate human strokes captivates and amazes those who observe it in action, making it a tool that is both practical and fascinating. In the imposing mountain range of Pakistan rises the majestic Khao, the second highest mountain in the world, reaching an impressive altitude of 28,251 feet above sea level. This colossal peak challenges even the most experienced climbers with its rugged terrain and extreme conditions, becoming a symbol of adventure and endurance. Along Australia's rugged southern coast, the majestic 12 Apostles emerge, an impressive set of limestone columns that have been patiently sculpted over millions of years, thanks to the tireless work of natural erosion. In China's river basins lies the ancient Dujiangyan irrigation system, an engineering marvel that has endured for more than 2,000 years. This hydraulic complex not only regulates the flow of rivers, but has also transformed vast lands into fertile agricultural fields, ensuring the livelihoods of millions of people. Hidden in the soaring mountains of Romania, the painted monasteries of Bukovina are true treasures of the past that transport visitors back centuries. Built and decorated around 1,500, these sanctuaries are adorned with vibrant frescoes covering their exterior and interior walls. On the vast plains of Texas, a unique art installation known as Cadillac Ranch emerges, conceived in 1974 as a radical expression of creativity. 10 classic Cadillacs are buried in the earth, tilted upward, defying the laws of gravity and dazzling passers-by. Hidden among the rolling Japanese hills, Shirakawago is a picturesque village that preserves the essence of traditional Japan. Its homes, known as Gasho Zukuri, stand out for their sloping roofs shaped like praying hands, designed to withstand heavy snowfall and adapt to the natural environment. Deep in the Peruvian desert, hidden beneath layers of sand, lies an ancient hydraulic system that defies the passage of time, the Nazca Aqueducts. Built around 300 AD, these underground canals and spiral wells were designed to transport essential water to the agricultural fields of the Nazca civilization. What's truly surprising is that, after centuries of existence, this complex network still functions. In the heart of the Belizean jungle, among leafy trees and lush nature, rise the ancient ruins of Caracol, a Mayan city that reached its peak around 600 AD. On the outskirts of Tel Aviv, the Kuvevrabi Hotel stands out for offering a truly unique accommodation experience. Its 20 rooms are designed in the shape of kuvevri, the ancient clay vessels used for centuries in Georgia to make and preserve wine. The ocean sunfish, or mola mola, stands out for its strange appearance, seemingly originating from an alien world. Its rounded, flattened body, along with its large wing-like fins, give it a unique profile that sets it apart from any other marine creature. This giant marine species swims slowly in temperate and tropical oceans, displaying a surprising combination of beauty and rarity that fascinates biologists and sea lovers alike. The binturong, also known as the monkey bear, is undoubtedly one of the most interesting and unique creatures on Earth. With its appearance that combines features of several animals and its unique behavior, this nocturnal mammal arouses fascination among those lucky enough to encounter it. In Japan, the impressive Eshima Ohashi Bridge rises, an engineering structure that defies visual perception. From certain vantage points, this bridge appears almost vertical, offering an optical illusion that astonishes those who behold it. The genet is a fascinating creature that combines features reminiscent of a cat, a dog, and a ferret in a single elegant body. Its slender, agile figure, along with its large, expressive eyes, give it an air of mystery and cunning. Furthermore, its unique and distinctive spotted coat makes it an unmistakable inhabitant of the forest where it moves stealthily. In China, giant pandas are revered as national icons of great significance, protected with extreme rigor and dedication. These charming beasts are never for sale, as no country on the planet is authorized to possess them. More than just animals, they are true cultural and natural treasures that China fervently safeguards. Along the shores of Lake Tekapo in New Zealand, a unique natural spectacle unfolds every summer: the vibrant blooming of Russell's pandas. These delicate flowers, with their intense colors and elegant shapes, cover the landscape like a living carpet, transforming the area into a visual paradise. In Switzerland, Lake Silsersee is a sublime creation of nature, a true masterpiece that captivates everyone. When winter arrives, its reflecting water transforms into a frozen surface where a magical phenomenon occurs. Tiny gas bubbles are trapped beneath the ice, forming hypnotic designs that resemble delicate strokes of an invisible paintbrush. The Ashera is a luxury feline, famous for its rarity and high market price. This breed is the result of a genetic combination of a domestic cat, an Asian leopard cat, and an African serval cat, resulting in an animal with an imposing appearance and a wild appearance. Its fur, covered in spots reminiscent of a leopard's, reinforces its exotic image. In addition to its remarkable size, it stands out for being one of the most exclusive pets you can own. The cats, known as Janus, are named after the Roman god who represented the past and the future with two faces. This rare genetic anomaly causes the animal to be born with two clearly visible faces, including two mouths, two noses, and three functional or partial eyes. The probability of survival is extremely low, as most die within a few days, and the few that survive often have chronic health problems. A team of archaeologists discovered an imposing structure known as Huitzilopochtli near the Templo Mayor in Mexico City. It is an ancient tower composed of hundreds of human skulls, carefully arranged in concentric circles, fixed together with lime and stone. In the town of Lisse, a short distance from Amsterdam, lies Keukenhof, a vast and famous flower park nicknamed the Garden of Europe. There, immense fields of tulips display a sea of vibrant colors that attract thousands of visitors from around the world every spring. In the United States, there is a breed of cattle called the Texas Longhorn, recognized for its enormous horns that can extend more than 6.6 feet and take on curious arched shapes. These cattle possess outstanding endurance, allowing them to adapt to dry regions with limited vegetation. Ram Singh Chauhan, born in India, is famous for having the longest mustache in the world, measuring a whopping 14.1 feet from tip to tip. From a young age, he made his mustache a work of personal pride, dedicating countless hours to its care. It uses natural oils and traditional methods to keep it strong, flexible, and damage-free. Alfred Cheng, a talented 30-year-old artist from Hong Kong, has gained worldwide recognition thanks to his unique technique of creating hyper-realistic faces using only thread. His works, which depict everything from celebrities to diverse personalities, are astonishing in their precision and detail, defying the imagination. Brittany and Abby Hensel, born in 1990 in the United States, are conjoined twins who have one body but two separate heads. This extraordinary condition has sparked great interest and admiration worldwide, as each controls one side of the body and works closely together to perform everyday activities. Despite the physical and social challenges they face, Brittany and Abby have demonstrated an impressive ability to adapt. The golden langur is a unique monkey, famous for its facial expressions that are highly reminiscent of humans, thanks to its nose and gaze that evoke human features. This species is found only in limited areas, mainly in western Assam, a province in India, as well as in the foothills of the Black Mountains in Bhutan. Its peculiar appearance has fascinated scientists and nature lovers alike. Augusto Monterroso created one of the shortest and most famous stories in existence. When he woke up, the dinosaur was still there. With just 7 words, this micro-story invites us to reflect on the persistence of the inevitable and the relentless passage of time. Its simplicity hides a profound message about the human condition and the mysteries that surround us. Discover the impressive wonder of the gigantic bamboo fountains in Chengdu, China. More than simple constructions, these fountains are true enigmas that defy any common classification. In broad daylight, they stand firm and solemn, like motionless sentinels dominating the landscape. Ganapathy Bhatt, a worker originally from India, sets out to collect betel nuts from the top of a tall palm tree. With skill and confidence, he uses a special harness that provides safety while climbing and holding steady at the heights. This work requires balance and courage, as the task is carried out in a challenging and dangerous environment. Perched atop Mount Ikoma, the Ikoma Sanjo amusement park in Japan offers breathtaking panoramas that capture the essence of the country. As the sun begins to set, the setting transforms into a dreamlike scene, where a sky tinged with golden hues blends with the brilliance of thousands of lights that illuminate the city below. Beijing Daxing International Airport, located in China, stands out as a true marvel of modern engineering. Its immense size and futuristic design place it among the largest and most advanced airports on the planet. With innovative architecture that optimizes passenger and flight flow, it represents a new benchmark in airport infrastructure. The Tai Mountains, located in China, stand out not only for their natural beauty, but also for integrating an advanced solar photocell system into their slopes. This innovative technological arrangement takes advantage of sunlight to produce renewable energy efficiently and environmentally friendly. Thanks to this installation, the region contributes significantly to the reduction of polluting emissions, promoting sustainable development. The basket star is a strange ocean dweller, related to the classic starfish. It is found in shallow areas of the western tropical Atlantic, as well as in the waters of the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. To avoid becoming easy prey, it curls up during the day, forming a compact ball that effectively protects it. Midas is a kitten who has attracted worldwide attention for having 4 ears, a truly unusual trait. This peculiarity arises from a genetic mutation that affects only its external appearance, without causing any health problems. Thanks to this peculiarity, Midas has become a minor celebrity on the internet and in the media. The Rubens tube is a fascinating experiment that makes the behavior of sound in air visible. It is a long, hollow cylinder with a speaker at the end that emits acoustic waves. Along the tube, there are small holes through which a flammable gas is released, which, when ignited, creates a trail of flames. John Edwards, a 26-year-old enthusiastic explorer, suffered a tragic fate when he became irreversibly trapped inside a cave in Utah. Passionate about the underground world and an expert in caving, his intention was to traverse a route known as the Birth Canal. However, due to a misdirection, he entered a different section of the rocky labyrinth, a dangerous and rarely traveled area. Kagula birds are a unique flightless bird species found exclusively in New Caledonia, an island in the South Pacific. This uniqueness makes them a very special natural treasure, as they exist nowhere else in the world. In the Turkish region of Halfeti, located on the banks of the Euphrates River, truly extraordinary roses bloom, striking for their unusual color. Thanks to the special properties of the water and the unique characteristics of the local soil, these flowers take on a hue that appears black during the summer season, creating a rare natural spectacle. Russian astronaut Sergei Krikalev had originally planned a stay in space of about 150 days. However, complex political circumstances in his nation caused an unexpected delay in his return. Due to these problems, Krikalev ended up remaining in orbit for 311 consecutive days, more than double the planned time. This long mission established him as the astronaut with the longest continuous stay in space up to that point. The Mundi capsule is a biodegradable oval-shaped coffin used to bury bodies or ashes. Its natural composition allows it to release essential nutrients into the soil as it decomposes. A tree is planted on top of the capsule, which grows by harnessing these nutrients. This method promotes a symbiotic connection between life and death. In Japan, there is a unique community called Aogashima, nestled in the crater of an active volcano. This small town, with around 160 inhabitants, is located on an isolated volcanic island. Surrounded by the waters of the Philippine Sea, Aogashima offers a stunning and unique landscape. Life there takes place in close connection with nature and its constant geological activity. The manatee, popularly known as the sea cow, is a mammal that lives in warm, calm aquatic environments. Its robust body and slow movements make it especially adapted to tropical rivers and coasts. In ancient times, sailors mistook these creatures for mythical mermaids due to their shape and behavior in the water. In Japan, in a quiet town called Shingo, a legend circulates that challenges traditional history. According to ancient local stories, this village is the final resting place of Jesus Christ. This popular belief holds that, instead of being crucified, Jesus lived and died in this remote community. This story has made Shingo a curious destination for travelers interested in mysteries and little-known traditions. In the ocean, the sailfish stands out as the fastest swimmer among marine species. This elegant animal can reach surprising speeds, reaching up to 68 miles per hour. Its streamlined body and distinctive dorsal fin allow it to move very quickly. Thanks to this ability, it is an agile and efficient predator in its habitat. Isaiah Acosta, a young man from the United States, was born with an extremely rare anomaly that prevents him from having a functioning chin and airways. Due to this condition, doctors informed his family that his chances of survival were virtually zero. Throughout his life, Isaiah has faced significant challenges, including the inability to speak. Chongqing, a colossal metropolis with a population of over 30 million, is located in southwest China. Its size and administrative significance make it an autonomous province with its own extensive powers. Chongqing's territory encompasses towering mountain ranges and mighty rivers, along with a multitude of urban and rural districts. In Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, a unique beverage amazes visitors and locals alike: egg coffee. This blend combines the intensity of dark coffee with the creamy texture of a beaten egg yolk, creating a unique and comforting flavor. Carefully prepared, the egg provides sweetness and smoothness, transforming the typical coffee experience. Contrary to popular belief, the saltiest ocean on the planet is not the Atlantic, but the Red Sea. This body of water, located between Africa and the Arabian Peninsula, has a significantly higher salt concentration than the ocean average. High temperatures and limited freshwater input contribute to this elevated salinity. Jatayu is an imposing, monumental sculpture located in India, representing a gigantic eagle. This artistic work, considered one of the largest in the world, took more than a decade to complete. Its construction reflects the dedication and skill of the artisans involved in the project. The blue dragon is a fascinating marine mollusk that floats upside down on the surface of the water. Despite its delicate appearance, it feeds on jellyfish, even highly poisonous ones. This small predator is capable of ingesting toxins from its prey and using them for self-defense. The panther chameleon is an expert at changing its color with surprising precision, using this ability to send visual messages to others. Beyond camouflage, its color variations reflect emotional states, intentions, and warning signals. This color language plays a fundamental role in its social and territorial interactions. Thanks to its light and temperature-sensitive skin, it can rapidly change its appearance. On February 8, 2020, in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, an impressive milestone was achieved. During a special event, the largest aerial fireworks display recorded to date was launched. This monumental display was officially recognized with a Guinness World Record. Darius is recognized as the world's largest Flemish giant rabbit. His imposing size and majestic demeanor make him a true celebrity among animal lovers. This rabbit stands out not only for his weight and height, but also for his calm and friendly nature. Juanita is considered the best-preserved Inca mummy ever discovered. She was found at the top of the Amparo volcano in Peru, thanks to the work of archaeologist Johann Reinhard. She is a girl of approximately 13 years old who was sacrificed as a sacred offering to the Inca gods. Her body remained almost intact for centuries due to the extreme cold and altitude. Lake Berlinskoye, located in the Altai region of Russia, is known for an extraordinary natural phenomenon during the summer. During this season, its waters take on an intense pink color that astonishes visitors. This hue is due to the presence of special microorganisms and algae that thrive with rising temperatures. The great ape frog has an astonishing strategy for protecting itself from solar radiation. It secretes a natural substance that acts as a sunscreen on its skin. This tree-dwelling species spends most of its life among the branches, moving nimbly, not jumping, but walking carefully. Amu Haji gained worldwide fame for being considered the most careless man when it came to personal hygiene. For more than 6 decades, he lived in a simple hut built of blocks, without bathing or cleaning his body. His lifestyle defied conventional norms and attracted the attention of the media and curious onlookers. Despite his appearance, Amu led a quiet existence in complete solitude. Meet Sebastian Stutner, an exceptional surfer who made history with an impressive feat. On February 24, 2024, in the powerful waves of Nazaré, Portugal, he conquered the highest wave ever surfed. Reaching an incredible height of about 93.7 feet, he broke the Guinness World Record. In the heart of Transylvania, Romania, lies the enigmatic Salina Turda, a vast underground complex that was once a salt mine. This dreamlike site combines immense passageways and chambers that create a magical, otherworldly atmosphere. Today, the mine has been reinvented as a unique tourist attraction, blending history, adventure, and underground recreation. The imposing Tibetan white yak is one of the most iconic species inhabiting the high plateaus of Tibet. Recognized for its thick white fur, this animal is perfectly adapted to the harsh climatic conditions and high altitude. It serves as a fundamental resource for local communities, providing transportation, food, and other benefits. In the province of Córdoba, Argentina, there is a forest whose peculiar shape resembles a giant guitar. This curious natural formation has captured the attention of thousands of people online, fascinating those who observe it from the air. Its perfectly defined outline resembles a work of art created by nature itself. The Airbus Beluga XL, which began operating in 2019, stands out for its unique design inspired by a beluga whale. This aircraft, with its enormous, bulbous fuselage, is specifically designed to transport bulky cargo and giant aircraft parts. Its unusual and unconventional appearance makes it one of the world's most distinctive aircraft. In addition to its appearance, Its cargo capacity and advanced technology make it essential to the aerospace industry. In Sicily, Italy, lies Centuripe, a site that surprises with its unique shape when observed from the sky. From above, the terrain appears to outline the figure of a human being with arms and legs outstretched. This curious natural silhouette or product of the landscape has captured the attention of explorers and curious onlookers. R2B2 is a French pedal-powered kitchen robot that produces 350 watts per minute, capable of powering blenders, choppers, and grinders simply by pedaling. A hummingbird robot managed to film monarch butterflies in their natural habitat, capturing images that convey calm and life in animal colonies. Opening an airplane window during flight depends on the pressure and altitude, and a video shows that it can be done without causing disasters, even as an emergency exit. On Russia's Lake Baikal, some tourists drink the water directly by drilling holes in the ice. Although the water appears clean, it contains microorganisms that can be dangerous. Kasu marzu is a cheese with worms that give it its special flavor. Considered a delicacy in some countries but banned in others due to health risks. Titanic Honor and Glory is a video game that allows you to explore the Titanic with navigation modes, history, and depictions of its passengers and the sinking. Mehet Zoriok has the world's largest nose, measuring about 3.43 inches, and claims to have a much more developed sense of smell than average. The eye of the fire in the Gulf of Mexico was caused by a fire in an underwater Pemex pipeline, creating a worrying environmental disaster. In Tokushima, Japan, there is a house built on a concrete staircase, known for its unique design and mysterious history. The eye muscles move up to 100,000 times a day, which is equivalent to walking about 50 miles if your legs were doing the work. Angela Nicolau is a Russian photographer who takes photos of herself on the world's tallest skyscrapers, always posing on the edge with a flawless smile. Wringing out a towel in space creates an effect where the water stays around the fabric without falling, showing how different physics is in zero gravity. In Mexico, the Island of the Dolls displays thousands of old dolls hanging from trees, created by Julian Santana for protection after finding the body of a drowned girl, creating a terrifying sight steeped in legend. 3D printing is advancing rapidly and now allows the creation of human organs using stem cells, a hope for reducing transplant waiting lists and revolutionizing regenerative medicine in the near future. The blue dragon, a small but dangerous marine mollusk, stores jellyfish venom in its body for defense. Its iridescent colors and shapes seem straight out of a science fiction movie. In 2020, scientists detected phosphine in the atmosphere of Venus, a gas linked to life on Earth, raising the possibility of biological activity on the most toxic and scorching planet in the solar system. The mathematical problem of Collat's collapse has challenged the scientific community for decades. Any number, applying simple rules, seems to arrive at 1, but no one has proven why this happens. Mexico has a discreet but solid military industry, manufacturing rifles, armored vehicles, and drones, as well as trained special forces, demonstrating a power that often goes unnoticed. In Kazakhstan, in 2018, the village of Kalachi suffered episodes of sudden sleep and hallucinations due to toxic gases leaking from an abandoned mine, causing a strange, invisible attack on its inhabitants. The axolotl, a Mexican amphibian, can regenerate entire body parts, such as limbs, a heart, and even parts of the brain. Fascinating scientists who study cell regeneration. Trees communicate with each other through underground networks of fungi that connect their roots, enabling the exchange of nutrients and even alerts about pests or droughts. The liquid metal gallium can be melted with just the heat of a hand, and unlike mercury, it is non-toxic. It is used in electronic applications and experimental art for its fluidity and brilliance. In the Atacama Desert, one of the driest places in the world, bacteria are able to survive with almost no moisture, thanks to an extreme adaptation to the most inhospitable environment on the planet. The lunar crater Tycho has bright rays that can be seen from Earth, formed by material ejected approximately 108 million years ago following a massive impact. Static electricity is the reason why your hair sometimes stands on end when you take off a wool sweater, due to the buildup of opposing electrical charges in the hair and clothing. Mount Roraima, located on the border of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, is a nearly vertical plateau that inspired the movie Up and is one of the oldest and most isolated ecosystems on the planet. Archerfish have the incredible ability to shoot jets of water, to knock down insects landing on plants, adjusting the force and angle with near-perfect precision. Bees have a highly developed spatial memory that allows them to remember the exact location of nectar-rich flowers miles away and return to them multiple times. Mars's natural satellite, Phobos, is getting closer to the planet, and it is estimated that in about 30 to 50 million years, it could break apart and form a ring of debris around the red planet. Underwater volcanoes account for about 80% of all volcanic activity on Earth, and their eruptions can create new islands or disrupt entire marine ecosystems. The carnivorous plant known as the Venus flytrap closes its leaves in less than a second when an insect touches its sensitive hairs, using a rapid squeeze mechanism to trap it. The closest star to Earth after the Sun is Proxima Centauri, more than 4 light-years away, and it has an exoplanet in its habitable zone that could contain liquid water. Fiddler crabs have one claw much larger than the other and use it to attract females and scare off rivals, as well as produce sounds by rubbing it against their bodies. Dry ice doesn't melt, it sublimates, turning from solid to gas without becoming liquid, making it ideal for creating special effects like dense, cold fog. In Antarctica, there is a subglacial lake called Vostok that has been isolated for millions of years. In Sweden, a company trains crows to collect cigarette butts and small pieces of trash in the city. Every time they deliver trash to a special machine, they receive food as a reward. These birds are intelligent enough to become allies in urban cleanup. Steve Buscemi was a member of the Manhattan Fire Department for 4 years. When the September 11 attacks occurred, he returned as a volunteer. He worked at his former station for 12 weeks without seeking recognition. Much of the program paperback is pre-recorded. The objects featured have already been inspected, cleaned, and evaluated. Even the reactions of the protagonists follow a predefined structure. Canadian scientists discovered more than 53 gallons of urine in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. They used the sweetener acesulfame K as a marker. This compound appears in urine and does not degrade easily in water. Cuba and North Korea are the only countries where Coca-Cola is not sold. Both nations have no trade relations with the United States. Therefore, the world's most famous beverage is not available in their stores. Michael Jackson had a meeting at the Twin Towers on the day of the attack. He didn't attend because he fell asleep after a grueling concert in New York. He spent the night talking to his mother, which saved his life. Bobby, a dog from Portugal, lived 31 years in good health. A balanced diet, constant activity, and veterinary care extended his life. He entered the Guinness World Records as the longest-lived dog ever recorded. Bangkok surpasses Paris, London, and New York in the number of annual tourists. More than 22 million visitors arrive in the Thai capital each year. Temples, floating markets, and gastronomy make it irresistible to world travelers. People with dogs have lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels. Pets promote exercise, reduce stress, and improve socialization. Living with a dog improves physical health and emotional well-being. Wolf cats emerged in the United States through a natural mutation in 2010. They have sparse fur, an intense gaze, and a playful and affectionate personality. Their unusual appearance made them popular with lovers of the unusual. The world's tallest swing is located in Chongqing, China. It reaches almost 328 feet in height and swings over an abyss. Before its opening, more than 4,000 safety tests were conducted. A gigantic sculpture of the mythological bird Jatayu was built in India. It measures more than 197 feet long and depicts the fight against the demon Ravana. The work combines spirituality, mythology, and architecture on a sacred hill. The famous Hollywood sign began as a real estate advertisement in 1923. It originally read Hollywoodland and was later restored. Today it symbolizes the film industry and the glamour of Los Angeles. Hyenas produce white feces due to their bone-rich diet. The high concentration of calcium leaves chalky excrement. These traces reveal key information for environmentalists about its diet. A bear in Tennessee died after ingesting 66 pounds of cocaine. The cargo fell from a small plane and the animal consumed it completely. It was stuffed and put on display after its story became famous as Pablo Escobar. Gently guiding a sleepwalker is better than letting them wander. Although it may seem risky to wake them up, the danger lies in sleepwalking aimlessly. Speaking calmly and directing them to bed is the safest option. Picasso's full name includes more than 20 words and saints. He was named Pablo Diego José Francisco de Paula Juan Nepomuceno María de los Remedios, a Spanish family tradition that celebrated religious figures and ancestors. Xiaomi launched an electric sedan with artificial intelligence called the SU7. It can park itself and reach speeds of up to 155 miles per hour. Its battery promises up to 621 miles of range on a single charge. In Yucatan lies the Chicxulub crater, the source of the end of the dinosaurs. It is 112 miles in diameter and 12.4 miles deep. Strange metals in the area confirmed its extraterrestrial origin in 1980. Balinese macaque monkeys skillfully steal objects from tourists. Phones, glasses, and cameras disappear in seconds. Locals offer food to the monkeys in exchange for the stolen goods. Jackie Chan and Jack Black participated in the Kung Fu Panda saga for over a decade without meeting in person. Jackie played Master Monkey in Chinese, while Jack voiced Po in English. They only met for the first time in a hotel in China after years of working separately. There are artificially created clouds that reflect sunlight to lower the planet's temperature. They form by releasing water vapor with particles into the atmosphere and can cause rain after about an hour. Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for a simple reason. Accepting one costs a fortune. The process requires a nomination, an event, and a maintenance fee, which many artists prefer to avoid. An Argentine engineer designed a car that runs on garbage. His 1,983 Ford Falcon Ranchera can travel up to 62 miles on just 33 pounds of waste. It doesn't require engine modifications, and its exhaust gases also add oxygen to the environment. Michael is a model that represents the gamers of the future. He displays effects such as baldness, a hunchback, a prominent belly, and skull deformities, consequences of poor posture and diet. He was created to raise awareness about the gamer lifestyle. The world's largest airplane, known as the Flying Boom, plans to land in Mallorca. It can carry up to 100 passengers and take off from almost any flat surface, which could change travel as we know it. The hairs in your nose, called cilia, filter the air we breathe, trapping harmful particles. They also warm the air before it reaches your lungs, so it's best not to remove them. Wilson presented a 3D printed basketball, completely hollow and airless. It bounces just like a traditional basketball, and its structure allows for normal play. It is available in white, black, and brown, with a price tag close to $2,000. In Taupo, New Zealand, there is a McDonald's inside a decommissioned Douglas DC-3 airplane. The dining room, with seating for 20, is one of the most unusual in the world and has been there for more than 3 decades. Drooling while sleeping indicates that the body is completely relaxed. Babies and children do it frequently, But as they grow older and become more stressed, this sign of deep rest often disappears. Some modern cars display how long it takes until a traffic light turns green. This is achieved by connecting to the city's traffic networks. In the future, this feature could be standard on all vehicles. Kowloon, known as the Beehive City, was a lawless walled city in Hong Kong. Up to 50,000 people lived on just 6 acres. It was demolished in 1993 for health reasons. The mask of silence reduces the sound of voices by up to 80%. Ideal for calls in noisy places, this invention is not yet widely marketed, but could be useful for holding private conversations. Most dogs have 5 toes on their front paws and 4 on their back paws. Some have an extra dew claw that serves no purpose. Dogs stand on their toes, unlike humans who stand with the entire sole of their foot. In Colombia, the El Muergano restaurant offers insults as part of its service. Waiters playfully abuse customers while serving food, which has turned the place into a viral phenomenon. The world's largest garden is located in Dubai. Called Miracle Garden, it contains more than 190 million flowers and is open between November and April. It includes a floral replica of an Airbus A380. Nakizumo is a Japanese festival where babies compete to cry. Parents and sumo wrestlers try to make the child cry as part of a tradition that wards off evil spirits and promotes health. Germany boasts more than 500 types of beer. It also celebrates Oktoberfest, the world's largest beer festival, where millions of liters of beer are consumed over more than 2 weeks. Paper bread is a Korean culinary trend, known for its extreme thinness and crunchy texture. Although it resembles a leaf, it is eaten as a snack or as an accompaniment to various recipes. Evzones are soldiers in the Greek Presidential Guard. They must be over 6 feet tall and be able to lift their leg to their shoulders as part of their rigorous ceremonial routine. The hydrofoiler is an electric bicycle capable of traveling through water at 12 mph. It uses a propeller powered by pedals and a motor, combining sport with green technology. A drone breaks records by reaching 217 mph. Its speed is comparable to that of a Formula One car and represents a major advance in aerial engineering. The Maldivian 1,000 rupee banknote stands out for its marine design. It includes patterns that mimic the skin of the whale shark and the shell of the green turtle. Many consider it one of the most beautiful banknotes in the world. The World Blind Football Championship is held every 4 years. Teams of 5 players compete with a ball containing bells, demonstrating inclusion and talent in this exciting sport. Chewing gum for an hour a day could help prevent baldness. It is believed to improve circulation in the scalp, which promotes hair growth. A curious yet simple method to try. In space, if you shout, "No one hears you," it's not just a dramatic phrase. Sound needs a medium like air to propagate, and in the vacuum of space, there's simply nothing to transmit it. In Japan, there is an island inhabited almost exclusively by cats. It's called Aoshima, and felines outnumber humans by more than 6 to 1. It's known as Cat Island. The Vatican has a library so secret that its archives have sections that only the Pope or scholars with special permission can access. It houses documents more than 12 centuries old. Turtles can breathe through their rear ends, technically through their cloaca. This method allows them to absorb oxygen while underwater during winter hibernations. In France, Napoleon Bonaparte was attacked by rabbits. He organized a hunt, but the servants released domesticated rabbits that, instead of fleeing, surrounded him, believing he was bringing them food. Octopuses have 3 hearts. 2 pump blood to the gills, and the third to the rest of the body. Interestingly, this third heart stops when they swim, which quickly exhausts them. In Bolivia, there is a desert that looks like a giant mirror. It's called the Salar de Uyuni, and when it rains, the thin layer of water reflects the sky so perfectly that the horizon disappears. Flamingos aren't born pink. Their color comes from the carotenoids they consume when feeding on algae and crustaceans. Without this diet, they would be white or gray. In ancient Rome, urine was a valuable commodity. It was used as a detergent for washing clothes and even for whitening teeth. A tax was even levied on its public collection. Plants also communicate. Some emit chemicals to alert others of a threat, such as a pest. It's a surprisingly effective form of plant warning. In Iceland, there are no traditional surnames. Instead, they use the father's or mother's name followed by son or daughter. For example, if your father is Joan, you could be Johnson or John's daughter. Bombardier beetles can expel a scalding chemical jet from their abdomens as a defense. This mixture reaches temperatures of up to 212.9, a mini natural chemical explosion. Humans share about 98% of their DNA with chimpanzees, but we also share about 60% with bananas. Genetics never ceases to amaze. The Colosseum in Rome had a system of pulleys, trapdoors, and underground tunnels that allowed wild animals to be pulled from the ground, like ancient special effects. In South Korea, the number 4 is considered unlucky, so much so that in many buildings the 4th floor is marked F to avoid that number. This is due to its similarity to the word death. In Australia, there are more kangaroos than people. It is estimated that there are more than 50 million kangaroos compared to a human population of just over 27 million. Ants can survive inside a microwave. Their bodies are so small that electromagnetic fields often don't affect them directly unless they are in the center of the plate. In the 17th century, a British doctor proposed treating headaches by implanting a piece of a dead person's skull. Trepanation was seen as an almost magical remedy. In China, there is a glass bridge that makes even the bravest dizzy. It is located in Zhangjiajie and spans a canyon more than 984 feet deep. Goats can have regional accents. A study in England showed that the bleats of goats raised in different regions sound different, a rarity in the animal world. A man was found dead on the coast of Somerton, Australia, wearing an elegant suit but without documents. Among his belongings was a piece of paper with the phrase "Tamam shud," Persian for finished. They also found a book with cryptic codes. To this day, no one has been able to decipher his identity or the cause of his death. Elephants not only remember, they also feel tenderness. Research shows that their brains react the same way humans do when they see babies. They feel empathy, compassion, and affection for other species. They are as large on the outside as they are sensitive on the inside. The brain weighs little but demands a lot. It barely represents 2% of the body but consumes about 20% of its energy. Keeping it active requires constant fuel, good food, better memory. A scent can break time. The Proust phenomenon explains how certain smells trigger forgotten memories. The sense of smell connects directly with the amygdala and hippocampus, without logical filters. A perfume or the smell of wet earth can open doors to the past. The organ that interprets pain doesn't feel it. The brain lacks receptors called nociceptors. Patients undergoing brain surgery can converse awake without any pain. The suffering center is immune to suffering. Looking at patterns with tiny holes can cause immediate discomfort. This reaction is called trypophobia. Honeycombs, seeds, or sponges can provoke involuntary repulsion, perhaps a primitive evolutionary protective mechanism. The tongue, a versatile and powerful muscle. It detects sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami flavors. It also guides food, mixes with saliva, and articulates words. Small but essential in everyday life. A car controlled with PlayStation. Sony and Honda created an electric vehicle called a Fila. Its steering wheel can be replaced with a PS5 controller. It includes sensors for autonomous driving and a surround display. Raynaud's syndrome freezes the fingers. Cold or stress causes spasms in arteries, reducing blood flow. The fingers turn white or blue due to lack of oxygen. When the episode passes, they regain color and mobility. Tomorrowland is more than electronic music. Every year, Boom in Belgium becomes another planet. Colossal stages, fireworks, and legendary DJs. A sensory experience that borders on fantasy. In New Zealand, a fence is covered in bras. It's called Bradrona and began as a joke. Today it attracts thousands of visitors who leave bras as offerings, a curious symbol of solidarity and memory. Some cultures claim that plants have consciousness. They speak between roots, warn of danger, and share nutrients. Studies support this idea with real-life examples. The forest, a collective brain covered in leaves. Lucid dreams are parallel lives. There you can decide to fly, change the plot, or live without limits. Some people train to dream at will. Others claim to have healed real wounds within them. Sunlight takes 8 minutes to reach Earth. What you see now left the sun exactly 8 minutes ago. Reality is slightly delayed, even during the day, a lag that reminds us how relative perception is. In Rome, lead was part of everyday cooking. Utensils, cups, and even wine contained this metal. Some historians believe it caused madness in emperors, a tasty but poisonous legacy of the empire. Fibonacci, the hidden code of nature. The sequence 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8 appears in flowers, snails, and galaxies. Even in your body, perfect proportions in hands and face. Mathematical beauty in the living and the inert. Dreams don't respect clocks. You can live decades in seconds while you sleep. During REM sleep, the brain distorts time perception. You wake up agitated, as if you've crossed into another life. Quantum physics doesn't believe in nothingness. Particles emerge from the quantum vacuum and appear and disappear. There, the universe vibrates even in absolute silence. The origin of the Big Bang, perhaps, arose from that invisible whisper. Time could be a curve, not a line. Einstein proposed that gravity can slow it down or speed it up. Near a black hole, it almost stops. And in your mind, it also stretches or shrinks depending on your emotions. What if time didn't move forward but rather built up? Some theories hold that everything happens simultaneously, as if the past, present, and future were merely an illusion. Xiaomi's CyberDog 2 simulates a real dog. Quadruped, lightweight, agile, with sensors, cameras, and even LiDAR detection. It recognizes faces and responds to voices. High-speed trains exceed 155 miles per hour. With aerodynamic design and lightweight materials, they connect cities in record time. They only operate on dedicated tracks with automated signaling systems that guarantee precise, smooth, and safe journeys. The Samoyed is a Siberian breed with a white coat, a perpetual smile, and a robust body. Its double coat protects it from extreme cold. They are sociable and active animals, needing companionship and constant grooming, energy, tenderness, and resilience in one canine package. A car replica created by Brickscale with Lego pieces has steering, suspension, and even an electric motor. Engineering and creativity combined in thousands of blocks. It not only looks like a real car, it also works. Mechanical precision, detailed aesthetics, and real functionality with toy bricks. The automaton, a Japanese instrument with a smiley face, emits electronic sounds by sliding along its neck. When you press its mouth, it modulates the pitch as if it were singing. Versions are available in different sizes. It sounds playful, similar to a synthesizer with a life of its own. A hit among musicians and curious people. Your body is home to more bacteria than human cells. An entire microbiota lives inside you, helping to digest, protect, and regulate vital functions. You are a walking ecosystem. What you think is me is actually a community of micro beings working together. Reincarnation proposes that you return again and again to learn. Each life is a different lesson. The soul transforms until it no longer needs to return. If this life hurts, perhaps it's the unfinished business of another. Or perhaps today you were the master. Every experience leaves its mark on your evolution. The number 108 appears in Buddhism and Hinduism as a symbol of the universe. 108 beads are used in the mala for prayers and mantras. The sun and moon have relative sizes exactly 108 times the diameter of the earth. Coincidence or hidden sacred code? Your brain generates more neural connections than visible stars in the universe. Every thought is a spark between neurons. You are an internal galaxy. What you see outside also vibrates inside. Ideas could be stars being born inside your mind. Many people dream of deceased loved ones. In those dreams, there are hugs, messages, and peace that feels real, beyond logic. Ancient cultures believed that dreams were bridges to other planes. Today, science cannot fully explain it, but no one forgets those dreams. Even though there is no air, the universe is not silent. Since the Big Bang, a cosmic vibration has resonated, background radiation, and eternal hum. It's the millennia-old echo of the birth of time and space, a thermal whisper that envelops everything. The oldest known music. Sea otters sleep holding hands so they don't drift apart. They form groups called rafts and stay close in the water. This adorable gesture serves a vital function. Even when sleeping, otters understand the value of bonding and cooperation. Cows form deep friendships. They choose favorite companions and suffer anxiety when separated. Their heart rates change, and so does their behavior. Far from being just farm animals, they feel intense emotional bonds. Friendship also exists between grasses and moose. Whales sing songs that travel thousands of miles. Their sounds are used for communication, orientation, and socialization. Each species has its own sound language. Humpback whales even modify their melodies over time and share them between groups. Rafael Briti, a Brazilian slackline expert, crossed a high line suspended between two hot air balloons at over 200 feet high. A Guinness World Record and a dizzying feat, balance, training, and extreme daring. He doesn't walk, he floats over the abyss. At the Gordo's restaurant, they serve chocolate ice cream in mini ceramic toilets. The dessert is called chocolate poo and simulates exactly that, a toilet with contents. An experience that mixes humor, controversy, and sweetness. Strange but viral, a craze that's a hit on social media. The Ashera, one of the most expensive cats in the world, combines genes from the domestic cat, the African serval, and the Asian leopard cat. Its spotted fur looks wild, but it's sociable and intelligent. It can measure more than 3 feet long and weigh up to 33 pounds. In Paris, the Escanard is an amphibious bus that travels through the city by land and along the Seine River. A tour that blends history, technology, and navigation. Inspired by military vehicles, it allows you to see the Eiffel Tower and Notre Dame from a new perspective, Paris from the street and from the water. McDonald's in China launched a burger with Oreo cookies, Spam, mayonnaise, and sesame bread, a combination as unlikely as it was viral. A wheeled robot dog paraded at the World Artificial Intelligence Conference, ready to conquer impossible terrain and redefine robotic assistance. A spherical auditorium in Las Vegas held more than 18,000 people, with 16K LED screens and 4D physical effects, positioning itself as the most expensive venue in the city. This was the Blackbeard, a car designed to film chases without destroying real vehicles, chameleon-like and functional for any extreme scene. Senang in China showcased the world's largest bicycle graveyard. Millions of rusty scrap metal pieces formed a landscape that resembled post-apocalyptic art. The marshmallow experiment in the 1970s revealed that children with greater self-control were more successful academically and professionally. Pixel makeup took hold on social media, with faces that looked like they came from retro video games or walking glitches. Eindhoven, the Netherlands, created a 3D printed house in less than 120 hours, living proof that the architectural future already had foundations. In Peru, jockeys participated in a horseless race, running 328 feet on foot as part of an unusual jockey club tradition. A spaghetti-shaped ice cream appeared in Switzerland, with vanilla simulating pasta, strawberry sauce representing tomato sauce, and white chocolate shavings representing grated cheese. Magdeburg fans used colored arrows to guide their players during a match. They scored a goal but lost 2-1. Furkan Adidemir's artificial intelligence reimagined overweight superheroes, breaking down muscular stereotypes and making them more human. Milk mixed with cola triggered an unexpected reaction. Proteins clumped together, clear liquid emerged, and the flavor remained intact. Jan Davis, an engineer from Oregon, lost 4 fingers and built his own functional prosthesis with a 3D printer to resume his normal life. Ken Tornes, dubbed Norway's last Viking, challenged life with extreme jumps, impossible sports, and an unstoppable spirit. A Tesla completed a factory home trip in Austin without human intervention, showing how close we are to fully autonomous driving. An artificially intelligent drone won an international racing competition, beating the best human pilots with superhuman reflexes. Chan Minong, a 74-year-old Chinese bodybuilder, showed off an enviable physique thanks to constant exercise and healthy habits. A restaurant in Singapore served noodles suspended on floating chopsticks, creating an optical illusion that defied gravity and captivated diners. Molecular gastronomy used liquid nitrogen to generate crispy, visually spectacular desserts, science and flavor in a single bite. An artist transformed fruits like apples and pears into hyper-realistic sculptures, ephemeral art that combined nature and human creativity. Chimera cats were born with double DNA, split coats, and unequal eyes, the result of fused embryos. A genetic phenomenon as rare as it is fascinating. Balenciaga launched a bracelet resembling adhesive tape, valued at over $1,200. Fashion crossed the line between luxury and provocation. Scientists in Japan created a soft, robotic tongue that mimicked human textures, with potential medical applications and improvements in interaction with robots. The PBA Tour Playoffs, a bowling tournament that brought together the world's best bowlers, where skill, nerve, and precision defined the season's champion. The transparent salpa, a gelatinous and almost invisible marine creature, filtered phytoplankton and silently contributed to the balance of the oceans. Alberto Olmedo, a stylist from Madrid, used open flames and a blowtorch to style hair. His extreme technique surprised with its precision, texture, and unexpected results. A radical proposal that redefined what it meant to go to the hairdresser. More than 328 feet underground, the Salina Turda salt mine in Romania operated as an underground theme park. With Ferris wheels, mini-golf, and boat rides, the site offered science, health, and entertainment in a magical, salty environment. The Kuda jet allows you to dive up to 131 feet with an underwater propulsion system that reaches depths at a speed of 9.8 feet per second. A combination of adrenaline and marine exploration, it revolutionizes traditional diving with a touch of futuristic technology. In 1886, Carl Benz patented the first car with an internal combustion engine. Although rudimentary, his invention sparked the automotive revolution that shaped the modern world on 4 wheels. The yellow-headed parrot of South America is surprising for its talent for imitating noises like saws, alarms, and telephones. More than a colorful bird, it is a brilliant mind with an astonishing vocal ability to camouflage itself among human sounds. Frédéric Cuvier discovered the red panda in 1825. A distant cousin of the giant panda and the raccoon. It stands out for its reddish fur, its arboreal habits, and its diet of bamboo. One of the most adorable animals on the planet. Mark Kelly wore a gorilla costume into space and surprised the entire crew on the International Space Station. A comical moment that proves that even in orbit, humor floats without gravity. In China, silver iodide is fired into the sky to modify the weather at events like the Olympic Games, a technique known as cloud seeding, used to induce or prevent rain as needed. In Japan, robotic exoskeletons help the elderly and workers lift weights, walk, or move effortlessly. Wearable technology enhances human strength and improves quality of life with mechanical elegance. Royal Deluxe makes giant puppets up to 49 feet tall that parade through the streets. Mythological creatures, enormous girls, and wooden elephants transform cities into colossal fairy tale settings. In the Netherlands, there are more bicycles than inhabitants. More than 22 million bikes compared to fewer than 18 million people. Bike paths crisscross cities, countryside, and even bridges, all adapted to pedaling. Even in winter, bikes rule the car. Rimac Nevera, lightning on wheels, from 0 to 60 miles ph in just 1.7 seconds, and up to 249 miles ph in less than 18 seconds. An electric racing car that overshadows combustion engines, Croatia created a silent monster with the soul of a rocket. The E-216, an electric airplane with an eco-friendly heart, a top speed of 81 mph and a range of 22 miles. A futuristic design with a clear objective: to fly over urban traffic, a flying capsule with ambitions to be the taxi of tomorrow. Protoclone Bone, a robot with more than 1,000 synthetic muscles, a butler of the future that washes, cooks, and vacuums, a polymer skeleton and almost human-like movements, a new generation of domestic assistants, more science than fiction. Kim Kardashian turned her ID photo into a Hollywood production. Makeup, lighting, and angles for a perfect result. Criticism arose for exaggerating an official document. She responded, "Beauty doesn't ask for permission, not even on a driver's license." Lorenzo Posen creates insects so lifelike they could fly. Mosquitoes and bees made with resins, silicone, and an obsession with detail. Each antenna and wing perfectly reproduces its natural model. Entomological art with the soul of a scientific laboratory. Roller coasters are tested with mannequins and water bags. They simulate the weight and behavior of real passengers. Engineers adjust seat belts and structures without risking lives. Safe fun thanks to tests without screaming, but with precision. Atlas, the Boston Dynamics robot, dances, jumps, and does backflips. Circus-like balance, athlete strength, and human agility. A prototype designed for both disasters and shows. The robotics with the most flow on the planet. In Cambodia, elephants sabotage sugarcane trucks to steal their cargo. With prodigious memory, they detect which vehicle is carrying the sweet loot. They stop traffic with their bodies and enjoy their reward, nature, and intelligence at their finest. The world's largest paintball lives in Alexandria, Indiana. Since 1997, it has added layer upon layer until it weighs over 8,800 pounds and measures 18 feet around. An artistic project that never stops growing. In Helsinki, a Ferris wheel with saunas instead of cabins. Each gondola is made of wood and equipped with hot steam, a ride with panoramic views and wide-open pores. A Finnish tradition with a literal twist of innovation. Giant viruses like the Mimi virus and the Pandora virus seem like they're from another dimension. Similar in size to some bacteria, they have hundreds of previously unpublished genes. Scientific challenges that redefine what we understand by life. Microscopic monsters that change the game. The asteroid Psyche 16 could make every person on Earth a millionaire. Gold and precious metal reserves are estimated at $100 quadrillion. Located between Mars and Jupiter, still beyond human reach, space mining already has its first tempting treasure. A hummingbird weighs less than 0.1 ounces, about the same as a coin or 3 paper clips. Despite its lightness, it flies with surgical precision, hovering and performing impossible maneuvers, a nectar-powered aerial marvel. Emma Hibson, born in 2017, was conceived in 1992. Her embryo was frozen for 25 years before implantation, a world record in human cryopreservation. A modern miracle with a surname and birth certificate. Eccentric Manor creates rings with detailed images of the eyes of loved ones. Each piece of jewelry captures the iris, with advanced technology and millimeter-precise artistry, a gaze turned into a keepsake to wear forever. Julian Boss Andre designs human sculptures that disappear when viewed from certain angles. He plays with light, materials, and empty space to alter the viewer's perception, an optical illusion turned into sculpture. Fontes transforms air into drinking water. Using solar energy, it extracts ambient humidity, ideal for cyclists or arid regions. Produces up to 17 ounces per hour without a single drop of rain. In Bangladesh, hundreds of people travel on the roofs of trains due to lack of tickets, a dangerous tradition during holidays. The risk of falls, collisions, or electrocutions doesn't stop those trying to get home. Your pupils have a rim called the limbus, a dark band with a fibrous texture, tiny folds that help focus light. Details invisible to the naked eye but crucial for seeing clearly. Andrew McCarthy achieved the most precise image of the moon by combining thousands of photos over 2 weeks, craters, mountains, and valleys, with a level of detail never recorded. Science and patience looking at the sky. Fireflies could disappear, artificial lights block their mating signals, and pesticides damage their habitat, a natural spectacle at risk of extinction due to human progress. In Serbia, liquid trees filter the air with microalgae, urban devices that purify like real trees, releasing oxygen and capturing CO2. Biotechnology to combat pollution without roots. Petra, in Jordan, was carved out of rock by the Nabateans more than 2,000 years ago. Canals, cisterns, and monumental facades turned it into a wonder of the desert. Even today, it fascinates thousands with its ancient engineering. The Roulette d'Italia in Ventimiglia is barely 17 inches wide, a street where you can only pass sideways. Historical heritage in miniature. Lake Baikal in Siberia is the deepest in the world, more than 5,249 feet deep, and boasting unique biodiversity. It contains 1/5 of the planet's unfrozen freshwater. A veterinarian monitors a lion's heart using an Apple Watch, portable technology at the service of wildlife, offering non-invasive monitoring and real-time data. The sargassum fish lives among floating algae invading the Caribbean. While sargassum affects tourism, it provides refuge and food for multiple species. A controversial but vital ecosystem. At fairs, cannons are used to launch bowling balls great distances, precision technology for recreational purposes. A spectacle of power, noise, and entertainment. In the Strait of Magellan, the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans meet without mixing. Differences in temperature and salinity form a visible dividing line, a natural phenomenon that seems like magic. Hong Kong is home to the world's largest Rubik's Cube, over 6.5 feet on each side, fully functional. It takes more than one person to turn it, but only a genius to solve it. Nikita, a viral artist, recreates the terror of Junji Ito with makeup, creating monsters and deformed faces with brushes and great precision. Art that disturbs, fascinates, and goes viral. The Forex market has no physical location. Currencies from all over the world are exchanged between banks, businesses, and individuals, generating more than $7 trillion in transactions daily. The value of each currency varies depending on economics, politics, or rumors. Human and chimpanzee DNA are 98% identical. Biologically, they are considered almost evolutionary siblings. Genetic studies with chimpanzees reveal secrets about human diseases and the shared history between species. The Earth's magnetic field acts as an invisible shield. It protects against solar radiation and allows life to exist on the planet. Birds, turtles, and other animals use this field to migrate. Without it, the planet would be exposed to constant danger. The gray wolf walks more than 18 miles a day. It hunts in packs, cares for its young, and maintains a well-defined hierarchy. In extreme climates, it demonstrates that cooperation is key to survival in the wild. Sea turtles live to be over 100 years old. They cross entire oceans, survive storms, and return to the same place to spawn. Symbols of strength and resilience, adapting to human threats and climate changes. In 1981, the Osborne Company launched the first laptop. It weighed 24 pounds and resembled a suitcase. Despite its size, it was the pioneer of portable computing, which today fits in a pocket. The first YouTube video was titled "Me at the Zoo." Jawed Karim, one of the founders, appears in front of elephants. Uploaded in 2005, this clip marked the beginning of a new era in global communication. The QR code was born in Japan in 1994. It was used to track car parts in factories. Today, it allows you to access menus, promotions, or links from a cell phone in seconds. At Peyto's Pizzas, sweet pizzas delight those with a sweet tooth. Each slice comes with famous chocolates, such as Nutella or brownies, for an exaggerated sugary experience. Instagram explodes every time someone uploads a photo. Philippe Conticini's XXL croissant looked like something out of a dream. Huge, fluffy, and buttery scented, yet retaining the lightness of the French classic. Available in Paris and London, it went viral for its size and flavor. The Robert Face Slimmer, a silicone facial ring, was designed to tone facial muscles. Used in suction and pressure exercises, it promised to improve circulation, reduce sagging, and contour the face without surgery. Pial de piquete was an essential technique in charreria. It involved throwing a rope that caught the legs of moving cattle. It required pinpoint precision and great skill to immobilize the animal without harming it. The Hydrosaurus was a semi-arboreal lizard from Southeast Asia with a large dorsal crest. It swam like a fish and climbed like a monkey. Its elongated tail and slender body made it agile both in water and on dry land. Brain-machine interfaces already made it possible to control objects with the mind. People with paralysis could move robotic arms, type, or navigate without touching anything. Companies like Neuralink are developing brain chips that allow people to communicate without speaking. Architects from South Korea and the United Arab Emirates designed floating cities to combat climate change. These self-sufficient platforms use solar energy, vertical farming, and complete recycling. Science fiction turned into real urban planning. Quantum teleportation already existed, but not like in Star Trek. Scientists managed to transfer information between particles without moving matter. This milestone promised ultra-fast computers and unhackable networks. Human-like robots would soon care for the elderly and teach children. Models already existed with soft voices, lifelike expressions, and the ability to pick up, remember medication, or simply keep company. The metaverse was emerging as a second digital life. Jobs, shopping, meetings, and concerts took place within virtual worlds. With VR headsets and avatars, large companies were already investing millions to build this new reality. In caves or environments without light or clocks, the human body lost its sense of time. Volunteers in experiments developed entirely new internal rhythms, as if resetting their biological clocks from scratch. The jellyfish Turritopsis dohrnii defied death. When damaged or stressed, it could reverse its aging and return to its youthful phase. Although not immortal, its regeneration cycle made it a biological mystery. During the Renaissance, artists used pigments made from extreme ingredients. The mummy brown mixture included Egyptian mummy powder. They believed it gave their paintings magical properties and unique colors. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle broke classical logic. You couldn't know both the position and the velocity of a particle. The more precise one was, the more uncertain the other. Welcome to quantum chaos. The Mandela effect caused collectively mistaken memories. Thousands swore Nelson Mandela died in prison, even though he died in 2013. Changes in logos, phrases, or scenes caused mass confusion, with no clear explanation. Dogs saw in shades of blue and yellow, but they detected motion better than humans. Their retinas had more rods, allowing them to hunt in the dark and react to the slightest movement. Natural hunters with limited color vision. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the first animated feature film in history. Released by Disney in 1937, it marked a turning point in cinema, technique, emotion, and fantasy in a single film. In ancient times, fur coats were a symbol of nobility. Wearing fox, marten, or ermine fur distinguished the wealthy from the rest. More than just clothing, it was a statement of power and status that spanned centuries. Parrots like the African gray had intelligence comparable to that of a 5-year-old child. They recognized colors, understood concepts like same or different, and learned vocabulary. Geniuses with wings and beaks. Capuchin monkeys used tools with astonishing creativity. They cracked nuts with stones and used sticks to catch insects, behavior that demonstrated their ability to reason and adapt to their environment. In ancient Russia, frogs were dipped in milk to preserve it. The skin of certain amphibians secreted antimicrobial compounds that prevented it from spoiling, a natural method before modern refrigeration. In February 2020, Steamboat Springs, Colorado, broke a record with the world's largest firework. It weighed over 2,600 pounds and reached 2,200 feet in height before exploding bright red. Tortas ahogadas, drowned tortillas, are an icon of Guadalajara, Jalisco. Bread filled with carnitas is dipped in chile de árbol sauce with pickled onions and radishes. Intensely spicy and flavorful, they are the soul of Mexican street food. Riding spurs were used to give instructions to the horse. They were placed on the rider's heels and carried a metal disc or spike that stimulated the animal without harming it. A subtle control for complex maneuvers. In Monsters, Inc., one of the scarers entered Sid's room, the same boy from Toy Story. The poster on the wall was identical to the one Sid had, which explained why he was so scared when he saw a monster appear in his room. Mini World Lion, in France, recreated iconic scenes from Jurassic Park in miniature. The giant entrance, the sick triceratops, and other moments were featured in this unique animated attraction that combined nostalgia and detail. Designing your home without being an architect was possible with 3D Home Styler, a free and easy-to-use tool. It allowed users to drag and drop objects to create personalized spaces with 3D visualization. Bots was a short film that fused robotics, 3D projection, and acting. It used industrial robotic arms and high-definition screens synchronized with an actor, creating an immersive science fiction visual experience. The world's largest gold ingot weighed about 551 pounds. It was valued at $15 million, and the curious thing was that anyone could touch it at the Toy Gold Museum in Japan. Hyundai created a crab-inspired parking system. The wheels could rotate laterally up to 45 degrees, allowing sideways movements, roundabout turns, and high-precision maneuvers. And that's all. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting facts.